What up, what up, what up? Welcome back to the greatest show on earth. We are back again at the LeVar Walker podcast show. Yo, first of all, before we even get started, I just want to say, before I get deeper into this, I just want to make sure y'all can hear me. Can y'all make sure y'all can hear me? Instagram, y'all can hear me, man. Everybody on the on all these other sites, y'all can hear me. Just let's make sure you guys can hear me. What up? Can you hear me? None your bees nest. Y'all can hear me? Y'all can hear me? Good. Okay, before I get started too, shout out to everybody in Houston. Houston, man, y'all been buying these tickets, man. Shout out to Houston, man. I'm on my way to Houston. I'm going to be at the Punchline Comedy Club December 14th. And Houston has been buying those tickets. I still got some tickets left, man. Don't miss out on this show, December 14th. You can get those tickets right here. If you can use your phone and just hit that QR code. It'll send you right to the link to buy those tickets. And we're going to begin this show, man. So I did check out the 50 Cent Diddy documentary. As you guys know, as far as Diddy is concerned, I mean, a lot of people think like, LeVar, do you hit your wife and are you nasty? No, it is nothing about that. Like my stance on Diddy, it was just me watching the laws be administered in this case. And the man just shouldn't be in jail based on the law and federal guidelines. He should not be in jail or doing the 5 years for a man law violation. That was my only stance. Now, as far as this Diddy documentary is concerned, I watched it. As y'all know, it's produced by 50 Cent, which was a little like, damn, I mean, you want to kick a man while he's down and shit. I mean, it's kind of nasty. And it's nasty because 50 and Diddy are kind of the same ilk when you think about just like music moguls and stuff like that. So, with 50 doing this is interesting because he could have people come out with allegations about him and karma could possibly come back. Who knows? But in watching this documentary, it was just more of the same, right? So, like, they've done 30 documentaries. We watched an extensive court case. In this documentary, there are people, and I don't think it's bad. It's bad. I was trying to maybe think it was somewhat balanced. It's balanced in the sense because I'm surprised he didn't put Big Gene Deal ass on there. I was expecting to see Big Gene Deal. He didn't have him. And if you've seen the documentary, if you haven't seen, there's gonna be a lot of spoiler alerts in this. So the documentary, it starts out, it shows this young man who he lost his father at a very early age. His mama worked 3-4 jobs. She was hustling, probably knew some street dudes, whatever. She was getting, Mama Combs was getting money, kept him fly. Mama Combs had parties. You know what I mean? A lot of people be at the party. She was just fly. She was fly in New York, fly on that Harlem shit, whatever. And you watch Diddy being super ambitious grow into a mogul, right? He busted his ass. You see in a documentary where he was washing Andre Harrell's car, going to get him coffee, putting Armor All on tight, doing whatever the hell he had to do. Also being so young, he had a vision to help artists, to help break the artists, not to say he put the talent in them, but to help break the artists. And, growing up, Jodeci was fond of me, I didn't say fine, I mean fond. I was fond of Jodeci, Biggie Smalls, he wrote a lot of hip hop in regards to this. And it's basically just a man who came into a lot of power, a lot of money, and began to abuse people. Now, the part where I lack empathy for these people is because I'm an entertainer myself. If this is your first time seeing me, I'm a comedian. You know what I mean? So, and in comedy and behind the scenes, there are a lot of people that are willing to do whatever to get on. There are a lot of people that lack integrity. There are a lot of people that lack morals. There are a lot of people in this business that will shove their heads deep in a celebrity's ass and take pictures with celebrities and do all this shit and run around and chase up after the celebrity. And these people typically in these situations, there's never a gun to your head, right? So with all these victims or whatever, with Diddy, where I raise the eyebrow is most people in this documentary, from the security guards to the assistants to everybody, it was all good while this shit was going on. It was everything that was happening, the abuse, so him cussing people out. Because I just see Diddy, I don't necessarily see him as a monster. I just see him more as an asshole. And I'm the type of dude that's like, you not about to shit on me. You not going to disrespect me. I'm just going to leave. I'm not going to sit up here and be humiliated because these people, they were accepting this treatment. Why? Because nigga, you wanted a check. You wanted to be on that private jet. You wanted access. So you took the check. You turned a blind eye. Whatever you saw him doing, you turned a blind eye. And and this whole thing, now I'm not saying he's a nice guy. He's an asshole. The guy just a mean, shrewd, asshole businessman that's very, very ambitious, right? Those contracts from Bad Boy, he ain't done shit them white boys don't do. As far as exploiting artists. Artists have been exploited since the beginning of time. This is just what happens. Most don't want to read you don't want to read your contract. You don't want to look at the numbers. Your ass just want to be famous. And then when you 50 and you look back and all your shit is gone, you don't have no money and all your resources are exhausted, you're mad. This is what happens over and over again in entertainment. You've watched Unsung, you've watched all these certain shows. So these are a bunch of grown-ass people who will complain, who could have left at any time. Because at the end of the day, the fact of the matter is, the man was not holding these people hostage. He wasn't holding them hostage. There were no children involved in these situations. Where I really raised the eyebrow, if you watch this documentary, what I really raised the eyebrow, if you watched Aubrey O'Day, I watched Aubrey O'Day in this documentary. And she said she received a letter from somebody who said they walked in on Aubrey O'Day where Diddy was penetrating her and there was another light-skinned man, you know, in her mouth or whatever. And in the letter, the person said she looked inebriated. Aubrey O'Day said, well, I never drank. I never took a pill. I never did nothing. And she goes, did this happen to me? Now, when I think about this, I'm like, what? So you could go up to literally anybody. You can look at anybody and say, hey, I saw you. You don't remember? You was in the room and you was being assaulted by Diddy. It just, you know, certain things just doesn't make sense. They had one lady in the beginning who said that he was going around with a tape showing them having sex or whatever. And what I even find ironic is, with everything in this documentary, what is it showing us that we haven't even seen in the courtroom? Like, you don't think the federal government dug deep in the dirt, raked every morsel of coal across the fire, just dug so deep looking for anything? So this lady who said she was assaulted, say he playing it on tape around places. What? So basically she's saying He assaulted her, and he was going to parties playing it on the projectors. And nobody in this party, he at the top. So you tell me no haters got that tape to turn it in, to snitch on it. Like, it just, a lot of it doesn't make sense. Like I say, is he a nasty dude? Yes. Is he an asshole? Yes. But I have to raise my eyebrow. And I also have to call out these people. When you go in this business and you selling your fucking integrity and your asshole, and it don't work out for you, then goddamn it, that's what it is. That's how it goes. Because I can look at y'all right now and tell y'all this. Being in this business, most of those alleged victims in that documentary wouldn't have spoke to your ass in 2001 and 2. They would have been like, you're not getting into the party. That is what would have happened. And that's fact. Because I was in Atlanta in 02, 03. I was up at Justin's. And as a matter of fact, in my house now, Kim Porter used to be across the street at her homegirl house. Shout out to Ebony Electric. I used to see the kids running up and down the block. Now, like I say, is he a nasty dude? Yes. But was he holding these people against their will? No. How many times did he look at somebody and say, yo, you can leave, playboy? Just leave. I would have left. But you know what happens? They don't want to work no regular job like y'all ass. They don't want to work no regular job like us. They want that high life. So it's like, what are we talking about here? What are we talking about? And I mean, it's just, and then you go deep in the documentary, they're literally trying to pin, they trying to put the death of Tupac on the man. Now look, I don't know, you know what I mean? It looks interesting, but he got a lot of powers against him because they really trying to nail his coffin shut. And it looks like, is it a possibility if he gets out, like they are going to like bring him into questioning for the deletion of Tupac? It's insane. I guess this will just be a whole train wreck where they could eventually give him life for Tupac and just use Keefe D or something. It's insane. They clearly want to break the man. And then I'm guessing 50 Cent is pissed off in regards to his baby moms. And I do think, like, if your baby mom's, was a victim in this, and she's the Jane Doe, and this is the mother of your son, not to say that I don't know how much he cares about the boy because he don't care about the other boy, but if that's the mother of your son, wouldn't that be a little bit of bias in there? Right? Man, like I say, he a nasty dude. He, in the thing, it showed how Diddy wants your woman. You know what I mean? This is what they do in the industry. They all want each other's woman. That's why you see them with the same woman over and over again. They all date the same person. The people in the business it's just a pool. It'd be like 10 women. They all want them. I know he with Pac girl, Sarah Chapman. He took Al B. Sure old lady. Well, he didn't even take Al B. Sure old lady. It seemed like Kim was there, had the baby. Al B. Sure, the first light skinned dude. He on the bras, he on the hoes. And he running around, and old Diddy, who the intern, got with her and then surpassed him. So it's just a lot, man. It's a lot. You know what I mean? Is the man on drugs? Yes. When I looked at the documentary, what was even more interesting, his eyes. Did you look at his eye? His eyes were black. Diddy's eyes look like two marbles. I don't know if they did some color grading in that or what, but his eyes look so dark. It looked like his soul had literally left him. But this to me is just like, in the entertainment business, nothing. It's all fake, bro. It's all fake. None of the relationships are real. Because other than the baby mama, you would think like Diddy was the dude that shot 59 times. It would seem like 50 wanted to do a documentary on the niggas that shot him 9 times and try to bury them or something. It's insane to me. And then when I first even heard about it, I'm just like, why would you want to kick a brother when he down just so far deep in the dirt? You know what I mean? It's like this man is in custody, serving a bogus sentence, doing the federal crimes. And I'm not saying that karma comes back in very, very mysterious ways. Karma is interesting. I believe in universal law and karma. But it's like this dude is in the dust. But I'm like, is 50 feeling threatened that he's going to come back and be bigger than he was before? Because you know what I mean? He seems like he's in a state of redemption, like he'll forgive himself. And even when I look at it like, damn, the footage from the documentary of him preparing to go to jail and making the calls and riding through New York. And I'm guessing he didn't pay whoever we was watching at the barbershop. And I'm guessing he didn't pay those videographers and they just sold it to Netflix. And I mean, 50 just jumped on it as a business opportunity and sent him to the dirt. And this whole thing, as far as we're concerned as black people, I find it to be rather hypocritical in a sense of I see a lot of people applauding what 50's doing. But at the end of the day, if there was a white man that put out multiple and numerous shows about black, like if a white guy had 10 shows just about black people shooting and harming each other and selling dope to each other on one network, right? If he had those shows, I'm pretty sure we would be somewhat up in arms. And then that same white guy who got the 10 shows about black people harming each other and just selling dope and just all this negative self-imagery about the streets over and over again goes and says, yeah, I'm going to make a hit piece on a black mogul. Niggas would be up in arms. Niggas would be protesting, boycotting networks. You see what I'm saying? Do you see the irony in this shit? This is the irony. And I'm just calling it out. I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying that the man is a good guy. He was a nasty dude. He did people dirty. It's just what it is. And this is a form of karma. And it shows us that how karma and universal law is. But at the same time, it's still nasty work. Nasty work. And then the people, somebody got shot in the back. I was listening to Little Rodney Jones, who's the producer on the album. And he was going in. But then I raised the eyebrow because he said, man, I never got my money for producing this album. So I'm like, in the video, y'all looked happy, y'all smiling, y'all laughing, y'all talking. So it seems like from the stance of producer Rodney Lil Jones, he just want his money. And he was like, you ain't gonna pay me, I'm gonna go in on your ass. That seems like basically what that is. It's just dirty. It was dirty. And then I guess they shot some dude in the bathroom and the dude disappeared. It's just crazy. It's crazy, man. So I guess, I mean, they taking him out. I guess is what it is, man. I don't really know. I don't even know, but shout out to y'all for pulling in, man. It's just interesting to me, man. And then the other guy, what's the guy's name that helped him start it's a guy that helped him start Bad Boy. I think his name is Keith Burrows or something. And it looked like, he owned 25% of Bad Boy. Diddy's mom owned another 75. Kirk Burrows. Diddy's mom owned the other 75% because he didn't want it in his name. Then he got the bodies on him from that party he threw where the people trampled out or whatever. he said that Diddy like sexually assaulted him. Now, I could be wrong, but as a grown ass man, bro, if I'm working for another man and the man starts to make sexual advances or do certain stuff, it's going to be a real big problem. And I'm getting the fuck out of there. So for these people, I have some empathy, but then I don't, because it's like sometimes you have to walk away. So the lesson in this shit, don't let your dreams make you don't let your dreams make you throw your integrity and pride and morals away. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to live with yourself every day. I think that's a big, important part of this. You know, when I see all these people and all this, it's crazy. Because, like I said, as this stuff was going on, all these people in these documentaries were okay with it as long as the checks were flowing. And that's just fact. And even they talked to some jurors in there. The little Indian man said, "You could not have it both. You could not want the luxury life. You could leave. You know, is either the luxury life or you stay there." You know, they didn't convict him. They didn't convict him on nothing. He, like I say, the man is an ass. He just an asshole. He's a nasty dude. He's done a lot of dirt, a lot of wrong. But from the legal standpoint, when you're just looking at the case objectively, he shouldn't have got the time. That's why he was even filming that documentary. He was filming that documentary because I'm pretty sure the lawyer's like, man, you gonna walk. You gonna walk with time served. So it's ugly, man. It's ugly work. I would say just watch out and don't get into it with no liquor companies if you black. Cause geesh, man, this is it's crazy. It's crazy. Mm-hmm. Spicy 1811. I don't have any empathy for them that was there, wanted to be there, stayed around. Exactly, man. You say I'm a bust down for Diddy. You know, these types of comeback, like this little shit y'all do, like I'm gay and I want Diddy. Yeah, I do. Yeah. I would love for him to nut on me. I would love that. I mean, it's so weak. Y'all do this. Y'all do this all the time. We'll give you what you want. Like, yeah, I do. I'm his bust down. I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see him. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know why y'all say that shit. But yeah, man, thank you, Running War. Strength and honor, man. It's just about honor, bro. I ain't about to do no stupid ass shit. You know what I mean? I see, bro. I see how a lot of people move in the business, bro, and a lot of people, you know, the first of all, the business is a very the entertainment industry is a very exploitive business. It's exploitation. You're going to be exploited, especially if you're not focused on the business. If you get caught up in another motherfucker, you see him, he balling. I've come to the conclusion that no man's ice is colder than mine. I don't care about how much money that motherfucker got or how much more famous he is than me. His ice is not colder than thine ice because none of that shit he got can help me feed my family. That's just how I look at it. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's why these grown ass people, it's just very difficult for me to have, you know, a high amount of empathy. I'm sure we could do, because look, if I do a documentary on everybody here that's watching, if I do a documentary on, and I only use people that you fell out with, think about that shit. If I just get a bunch of people you fell out with, people that don't like you, people that you might owe money to, or just people that just don't like your ass, what are these people gonna say? Are the people not going to embellish? Right? And it's like, this documentary is putting this nigga back on trial again after being convicted. He's gone through hell and back, been convicted, and they retried him. This is like the 4th or 5th documentary. And it's done by another brother, by his own kind. His own kind. Sold him off. And the white boys go get paid off this shit. But y'all don't, like, I don't know if y'all don't see that. That's really the biggest picture, but like, what the fuck, man? And if Diddy take care of 50 baby mama, he paying her rent, it seemed like 50 would be happy because I guess 50 ain't want to give her ass no money. So it seemed like you'd be happy. Your baby mama put up, you know what I mean? Got a $10,000 a month crib. Like, I would guess, but I guess not. You know what I mean? So it's just weird, bro. It's just weird. I see you coming you just got tickets. What can you, man, y'all going to expect the truth. You're going to expect funny. You're going to expect real jokes. And I'm going to tell y'all this before any of you, because I appreciate you. Thank you. Number one, thank you for getting those tickets, bro. But 2, go check me out on YouTube, because you're on YouTube. So look at some of them sets. I do real stand-up, real comedy, and you'll enjoy it. I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna kick me some ass. All right. So I appreciate you getting those tickets, man. Appreciate you. Shout out to Flight Dreams. Appreciate you, bro. I'm glad you enjoying the stand-ups, man. I appreciate that. You said Puff should have properly paid his artists, employees, and partners. I agree, bro. I agree, but in the entertainment business, and this is anybody, maybe there are some aspiring entertainers or people that are in the business. I'm going to tell you this. In the game, whenever you taken advantage of, never look at it as a loss, but a lesson, and say never again. So a lot of people who come in the game green, you're going to get taken advantage of. You're going to pay a little bit of tuition. Now, when you pay that tuition, you got 2 choices. You either go be mad, bitter, not look over the rest of your contracts and get kicked in the ass your whole career, wake up with nothing, or you're going to be like, I got to be a better business person. Because now with the artificial intelligence, the technology, you can't just be an artist. You have to be an entrepreneur. You can't even look at this shit like, yeah, it's art, but you have to be the entrepreneur with the art, with pushing whatever it is you're doing and counting and keeping an account and a tight eye on everything that's going on. Because if you want somebody to hold your hand, those people that hold your hand are typically there to rob you. That's what they're going to do. Yeah, I take care of that. And you getting charged, and they renting out studios, they running the shell game. But that's the whole that has been the music business forever. It's always been like that. Forever. But it's up to artists to be independent. Because once you get the check, once I give you $1 million advance, hey man, I need to make 10 million back before you see a dime. So most of this shit with these advances and all this stuff they getting is just super predatory, high interest loans. And not just loans, but loans that give them ownership and partnership into everything you're doing. So you gotta like be a better business person too. You know what I mean? But yeah, he messed these people over. Yes, he did. He absolutely did. Absolutely. But you know, you got to look at 50's do you think 50's contracts was any better? Young Buck, where's Young Buck? Bankrupt, broke, like Lloyd Banks, where these people at? Like what do you, I mean, I don't, people think that this business somebody go give you something. No, you got to crawl, you got to fight and get everything. You have to generate all this yourself. people just take advantage of you in this business, man. That's what happens, man. How many documentaries have 50 done? I hope his first is to tear black men down. I don't really know how many documentaries that he's done. You know, a good Epstein documentary by him would have been great, I would think. But, you know, who am I? You know what I'm saying? That would have been a great documentary. I would love to see that by him, but it's just what it is. And I mean, it's going crazy because 50 is a part of it. So, yeah, you know, he got Netflix jumping. You know what I'm saying? But before I keep going, listen, guys, get those tickets. You get it right there. Hit that QR code and shout out again to everybody in Houston, I am on the way, guys. We're gonna have a good time, man. Diddy was thinking he owned the world. He didn't have respect for anyone. Sleeping with others, girlfriends, or baby mamas is not cool. You know, Mohammed, let me tell you something, bro. No man, the man don't bang the woman. The woman bangs the man. Okay? Men give access to relationships. Women give access to sex. And that's their body and their choice. Okay? So the women slept with him. You see what I'm saying? It's just what it is, man. All right. Well, cool. I mean, that's what you're saying, but I would have to hear Lloyd Banks and them say that. I don't know. I'm not saying he didn't. I'm not saying he did or he didn't, but I would love to hear from them. Who knows? Do they have a publishing? Do they get, you know what I mean? You say, where were the complaints when Diddy was doing his artist bad on his shows? Nowhere, because that money was rolling in. He on top of the world, and everybody, you know, bad boy offices was popping. But anyway, it's a new day. Music business is pretty much dead. You know what I mean? Like that whole golden era of hip hop where you had the big moguls and your Birdmans, your Diddies, your Suge Knights, you know, the heads of these independent labels. It's over with now. So a lot of people complaining because they're doing these AI artists. They got AI artists. The AI artist is actually the best deal because the AI artists ain't no different from the real artists who weren't looking at contracts and being taken advantage of. So why not just generate some something from the computer and just have it rake you in money? It's the same game. It's just like the business. They find somebody and they just want them to rake in the bread, you know? So it's just what it is, man. Bella say we so obsessed we didn't know. Bella, this is what the world has stopped to watch. This is what everybody talking about, Bella. And I'm just trying to call a spade in regards to, you know, the documentary. That's all. It was just an interest. It was just really on my heart to talk about it. So, but guys, I'm gonna get out of here. This is it. Shout out to everybody over here on the gram. I see you, Mike. Shout out to Mike. Mike Sales over there in Huntsville. If you need your wig done, go see him. Check him out on stage. Also, Bella, the reason Ron Isley heard footsteps. Thank you for the salute, bro. But I just wanted to come in here and talk, man. Once again, we 11 days away from Houston. It's going down. We're gonna have a good time, guys. Peace, love, and blessings, man. Y'all call me. More. I'm gonna have more content coming out. The past couple days, and I want to talk to y'all about this too. So the past couple days, I hadn't done anything because I was trying to put up a ceiling fan in my house. I've put up 3 other fans in my house, but this particular ceiling fan, because these newer fans You get the ceiling fan, you get a little receiver that goes inside the housing of the ceiling fan. So I bought a ceiling fan. I I put it up, did all my wiring and all that stuff. Turned the fan on, nothing. So now, and listen, what I do to like a home project, I ain't tripping because I learned from failure. So it didn't come on. So now I had to get my multimeter. I'm checking the wires, making sure the power going. Couldn't find a problem, couldn't find a problem. End up taking the fan back down. I got stuff everywhere in my bedroom, took the fan back down, took it back to Home Depot, got a refund for that fan. Then they didn't have that fan in stock no more. So I went to another Home Depot, got another fan that cost me $30 more. Bring that fan back. Start putting it up, getting it together, doing everything. Hung the fan, nothing. Because I tried to check if I put the blades on. I'm getting nothing. I'm like, oh my God. So now I'm checking with the multimeter, checking the wiring. Went up in my attic thinking it's a GFCI switch for a ceiling fan. Learned that GFCI switches won't be on ceiling fans, whatever. So I'm checking everything. Nothing. Call my homie that hang fans to do the TVs. He's like, man, I'll come over there. I'm like, all right, cool. But I couldn't sleep because I couldn't go to sleep without putting this ceiling fan up. My wife waiting up late. She got to go to bed. She was being patient. So I'm still running around. Talk to the electrician for about an hour. Electrician telling me all kind of shit I ain't never heard of before. Telling me to check this, check that. I'm back and forth to Lowe's, getting different wire connectors. I did all of this shit only to find out. No, the light switch, everything was on. Where I messed up at was with the receiver. And I'm gonna tell y'all this: if you're putting up a ceiling fan, you have to pay attention to the wiring schematics. Because I just opened the box up, had the receiver. The receiver had two. It had a black and a white wire coming out of one side, and on the other side, it had a black, a white, and a blue wire coming out. So I just hooked randomly the white wire, the white wire, and I crisscrossed it. It wasn't done with the schematics. So I sat down, followed the schematics, fan came on, boom, I'm back popping. So I figured it out. I felt very proud of myself. However, I drank so many Celsius drinks and so much caffeine that I had a crash and I didn't want to do shit. But I made it and I'm here with you guys. So listen, man, shout out to y'all. Love you guys, man. Check me out, Houston. I'm gonna be there December the 14th. Tickets are moving. Y'all come out. We're gonna have a good time in H-Town. And I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow because I'm gonna come back. I might just come back and try to double up, do one tonight, put out some content, put out some more videos. But I appreciate y'all, man. Nothing but love, man. If you got a dream, dream big, but do it yourself. Be independent, have integrity. Don't let nobody don't sacrifice your soul. Don't do it. Don't be one of them victims. All right? Do it yourself. Put your hand in the soil and know if you saw another human do it, you can do that shit too. That's the most important message. And take the harder route because the harder route has the biggest fucking reward at the end. So we're going to end on that, man. Love all y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. Call me.